Ismene, dear sister, you would think that Oedipus' curse would have ended. I cannot imagine any grief that you and I have not gone through. But now, have they told you of the new decree of our new queen Creon?
I have heard nothing. All I know is that we two lost two brothers, a double death in a single hour. Oh, an enemy's army fled in the night. But beyond this, nothing.
I thought so. And that is why I wanted you to come out here with me. There is something we must do.
Why are you speaking so strangely?
Listen, Ismene. Creon buried our brother Eteocles with military honor, gave him a soldier's funeral, and it was right that he should. But our other brother, Polynices, who fought as bravely and died as miserably. They say that Creon has sworn no one shall bury him, no one more for him. But this body must lie in the fields, a sweet treasure for scavenger birds as they search for food. That is what they say. And our good Creon is coming here to announce it publicly, at the penalty, stoning to death. There it is. You can prove what you are, a true sister or a traitor to your family.
Antigone, you're mad. What could I possibly do?
You must decide whether you will help me or not.
I don't understand you. Help you in what?
Ismene, I am going to bury him. Will you come?
Bury him? You have just said the new law forbids it.
He is my brother, and he is your brother too.
Think of the danger. Think of what Creon would do.
Creon is not enough to stand in my way.
Brother! Oedipus, our father, died. Everyone hating him for what his own search has brought to light. His eyes ripped out by his own hand. And Jocasta died. Her body swinging in the air. And our two brothers died. Each killed by the other's sword. And we're left. Oh, Antigone, think of how much more terrible our own death would be if we should go against Creon and do what she has forbidden. You're my only family left, Antigone. The law is strong. We must give in to the law. I beg the dead to forgive me. I'm helpless. I must yell to those in authority. And I think it is dangerous business to be always meddling.
I understand. That's how it is. You have made your choice, and you must live with that. But I will bury him. And if I must die, I say that this crime is holy. I shall take arms with him in death, and he shall hold me in honor as I hold him. It is the dead, not the living, who make the longest demand. We die forever. You may do as you like, since apparently the laws of the gods mean nothing to you.
They mean a great deal to me, but I have no strength to break laws that were made for the public good.
That must be your excuse, I suppose. But as for me, I will bury the brother I love.
Antigone, please don't leave me alone. I'm so afraid, and afraid for you too.
I have made my choice, Ismene. And you, yours.
But no one must hear of this. You must tell no one. I'll keep it a secret, I promise.
I'll tell it. Tell everyone. Think how they'll hate you when it all comes out. They learn that you knew about it all the time.
So defiant. You should be cold with fear.
But I am only doing what I must.
But can you do it? I say that you cannot.
I will do what I must.
Impossible things should not be tried.
Go away. little sister. I shall be hating you soon, and the dead will too, for your words are hateful. Leave me to my foolish plan. I am not afraid of the danger if it means death. So be it. I will die with honor.
Headstrong brother. Go then, if you think you must. You're unwise, but a loyal friend indeed to those who love you.
Now the long blade of the sun, lying level east to west, touches our great city of Thebes, sticking the enemy's shells as they hasten in retreat.
Polynices, the son of our city, let those bastards crying insults above our land.
Against our gates they threw themselves, but the great city of Thebes was irresistible.
For the gods hate those arrogant barbarians, their tongues stronger than their arms.
7 captains holding 7 gates, backed by the gods, screaming, "Witness me."
Finally, these two brothers fought face to face. Crushing each other, both died at the hand of their own blood.
But now, in the beautiful morning of victory, let Thebes and her many sons and daughters sing for joy, and the sound of our chorus shall echo throughout the night.
But now, at last, our new Creon is coming. Creon of Thebes, Oedipus' sister-in-law, our next Creon.
In this, the beginning of her reign, what new complexities will arise? What is her mind? Why has she summoned the old man to hear her?
Gentlemen, I have the honor of proclaiming our victory. Our state has suffered great losses, but now it will be revitalized. I have summoned you this morning to call upon your loyalty, a loyalty you gave willing to our late ruler, Oedipus, and his 2 sons, Patroclus and Polynices, who have killed each other in battle, and I, as the next in line, have gained the full power of the throne. I am aware that no ruler can expect complete loyalty from her people until she has proven herself. Yet, I do require you to follow the course that is best for the state. I value friendships, but I promise you that I will put the good of the state above all. Friendships that threaten, that are not real friends at all. These are my principles, and that is why I have made the following decision regarding the sons of Oedipus. Patroclus, who died for his country, is to be buried with full military honors. He was a hero. But his brother, Polynices, who turned against his country, is to have no burial. No one shall touch him or pray for him. I am the mother of the country, but there is no weakness in my womb. This is my command, and you can see the wisdom in it. As long as I am queen, any type of betrayal will be punished. But whoever shows by word and deed that he is on the side of the state, he shall have my respect while he is living, and my reverence when he is dead.
If that is your will, Creon, you have the right to enforce it. We are yours.
That is my will. Be mindful to do your part.
We are old men, let the younger ones carry it out.
I do not mean that. The centuries have been appointed.
Then what is it that you have asked you?
You will give no support to whoever breaks this law.
Only a crazy man is in love with death.
And thus it is. Even the wisest have been trapped by money.
I will not say that I am out of breath from running, Queen. Because every time I stop to think about what I have to tell you, I feel like going back. And all the time a voice keeps saying, "You're a fool. Don't you know that don't you know that you are walking straight into trouble?" And another voice say, "Yes, but if you let somebody else get the news to Creon first, it will be even worse than that for you." But the good sense always went out. At least I hope it was a good sense. And here I am with a story that make no sense at all. But I will tell it anyhow, because, as they say, what's going to happen is going to happen, and
Come to the point. What have you to say?
I did not do it. I did not see who did it. I do not know who did it. You must not punish me for what someone else had done.
What a comprehensive defense. It would be more effective, perhaps, if I knew its purpose. Come, what is it?
A dreadful thing. I don't know how to
Say it.
put it. Well then, the dead man, Polynices, out there, someone had put some dust on the body. Someone has given it a burial and gone.
Who dared do this?
I swear I do not know. You must believe me. Listen, the ground was dry. Not a sign of digging. No, not a real track in the dust. No trace of anyone. It was when the new guard come this morning, and one of them, he, pointed to it. There it was, the strangest. Look, the body, with just a small cover of light dust. You see? No buried really, but as if they'd covered it. Just enough for the dead man's piece, and no sign of dogs or any wild animals that had been there. And then, what a sense it was. Every man of us accusing the other. We all proved the other man did it. We all had proof that we cannot have done it. We were ready to fight to death, walk through fire, swear by the gods. It was not I. I do not do this, but it was not I. And then, when this came to nothing, someone said a thing that silenced us and made us stare down at the ground. You had to tell the news, and one of us had to do it. Rock, paper, scissors. And the bad luck fell to me, so I am here, no happier to be here than you bring the bad news. Nobody likes the man who bring bad news.
I have been wondering, Creon, can it be that the gods
Stop!
have done this?
Have you all lost your minds? The gods? Intolerable. The gods saved this corpse? Why? How had it served them? Tried to loot their temples, burn their images, yes, the whole state, and it's slow with it. No, from the very beginning, they have been people who whispered together behind my back, and they have bribed this guard to do this thing. Money! There's nothing in the world so demoralizing as money. Find that man. Bring him here to me, or your death will be a long time in coming. Do you understand?
Queen, may
Your
I
very
speak?
voice distresses me.
Are you sure that it is my voice and not your
By
conscience?
God, you want to analyze me now.
It was not what I say, but what had been done that hurts.
You talk too much.
Maybe, but I've done nothing.
Sold your soul for some silver. That's all you have done.
You are the right judge, but you are judging wrong.
Your figures of speech may entertain you now, but unless you bring me the man, You will get little profit from them in the end.
Bring me the man. I like nothing better to bring her the man. But whether he is found or not, I will not coming back here again.
Numberless are the world's wonders, but none more wonderful than men and women.
The sea yields, and the earth succumbs to her ships and plows.
The lion is calmed, and the stallion is tamed under her hand.
Oh, clear intelligence, force beyond all measure, O faith of men, working both good and evil. When the laws are kept, how proudly the city stands!
When the laws are broken, what of the city then?
Never may the anarchic man find rest at my hearth. Never be said that my thoughts are his thoughts.
What does this mean? Surely this captive man is the prince Antigone. Why should he be taken?
Here is the one who did it. We caught him in the very act of burning Polynices. Where is Creon?
She is coming.
What has happened? Why have you come back so soon?
Oh, Queen, a man should never be too sure of anything. I would have sworn that you'd not see me here again. Your anger frightened me, and things you threatened me with. But how could I tell that I'd be able to solve the case so soon? You see, here is the man. We have found him trying to bury the man. You can question and judge him as you will, but I'm down and glad of it.
But this is Antigone. Why have you brought him here?
I told you, he was burying Polynices.
Is this the truth?
I saw him with my own eyes. Should I say more?
The details, come, tell me quickly.
It was like this. After those terrible threats of yours, Queen, we went back and brushed the dust away from the body. The flesh was stinking and soft, so we sat on the hill and kept guard. No napping happened until the old morning. Then suddenly, a storm of dust rose up from the earth, and the sky went out. The plane vanished. In the stinking dark, we closed our eyes and endured it. When it passed, we looked, and there was Antigone. The boy saw her work undone and the body exposed. He cried out, broken, like a mother bird returning to an empty nest, and cried on heaven to damn the hands that had done this thing. And then he brought more dust and buried his brother once more. We ran and took him at once. He was not afraid, not even when we charged her with what he had done. He denied nothing. It was glad to capture him, but also some uneasiness. It is a good thing to escape from death, but it is not great pleasure to bring death to a friend. Yet I always say, there is nothing so comfortable as your own life.
And you, Antigone, you with your head hanging, do you confess this sin?
I do. I deny nothing.
You may go. Tell me briefly, had you heard my decree?
How could I not?
And yet you dare defy the law.
I dare. No such law exists. I follow only God's proclamation. Your edict, Queen, was wrong, but all your strength is weakness itself against the immortal and recorded laws of God. They are not merely now, they were and shall forever be. I am mortal. One day I will die regardless of your decree. Whether it is now or later makes no difference to me. But if I had left my brother lying there unburied, that would have been suffering. You smile at me, laugh at me, but it may well be that a fool convicts me of folly.
Like father, like son, both hath drawn death to reason. You have much to learn. The inflexible heart breaks first, the toughest iron cracks first, and the loudest voice is broken first. This is a double insolence, breaking the given laws, and boasting of it.
Go, some of you, arrest Ismene and accuse her equally. Bring her, you will find her sniffling in the house there. Antigone's mind is a traitor, but now much worse than this is brazen boasting of barefaced anarchy.
Creon, is my death enough to satisfy you?
That gives me everything.
Then kill me. I tire of this conversation. Your words are absurd to me, and mine seem so to you. And yet, all these men here would praise me were their lips not frozen sharp with fear of you. The power of royalty, allowed to say and do whatever they please.
If only that were so. I am more restrained than you, thinking, as I do, of the Saiyans people. I think of the mortals, not the gods. You are alone here in that opinion.
No, they are with me, but their tongues are cold with fear.
Maybe, but you are guilty and they are not.
There is no guilt in reverence for the dead.
But Eteocles, was he not your brother too?
Of course,
And you insult his memory?
the dead would not say so.
He would, for you honor a traitor as much as him.
Enemy or not, as brothers, they are
He
equal
made
in
war
blood.
on his country. Eteocles has defended it.
Honor should be given upon all the dead.
But not the same for the wicked as for the just.
Who gives you that right to decide?
The people I protect. An enemy is an enemy, even dead.
It is my nature to join love, not hate.
Go join them then. If you must have your love, love your gods in hell.
But see, Ismene comes, tear-stained for her king.
You too, Ismene. Snake in my house, sucking my blood. And all the time I never knew that these two siblings were aiming at my throne. Ismene, do you confess your share in this crime or deny it? Answer me.
Yes, if you will let me say so. I am guilty.
Stop. You will not help me, and I don't need your help.
But now I share your heart and mind, and I am here to join you, to take my share of punishment.
The dead man and the gods know whose act this was. You will live with your guilt. Your words are empty.
Do you refuse me, Antigone? I want to die with you. I too have a duty to the dead.
You shall not lessen my death by sharing it.
What do I care for life when you're dead?
Ask our great Queen Creon.
You're laughing at me. Hi, Antigone.
It's a joyless laughter, Ismene.
But can I do nothing?
Yes. Save yourself.
We are equally guilty.
No more, Ismene. You are alive, but I belong to death.
Gentlemen, I beg you to observe this truth. One has just lost her mind. The other, it seems, has never had a mind at all.
Grief teaches the steadiest mind to waver, Queen.
Yours certainly did. We assumed guilt with the guilty.
But how could I go on living without him? My final brother.
You already are. He is already dead.
But your own daughter's husband.
There are other men, less hateful men.
Dearest Tiger, how your mother wrongs.
Enough!
Do you really intend to steal this boy from your daughter?
No, Dad will do that for me.
Then he must die?
Have you been listening? Enough of this talk. You there, take them away and guard them well. They will falter when they see death coming.
Fortunate is the woman who has never tasted God's vengeance. For once the anger of heaven has struck, the house is shaken forever. Damnation rises like the tide behind each child.
I have seen this gathering sorrow, looming over last son of the Oedipus line. No pride on earth is free of the curse of heaven.
What moral arrogance we have, walking like a blind man with no aid, on faith alone. But here is Hymen, queen, the last of all your children. Is it grief for Antigone that brings her here, and bitterness at being robbed of her groom?
We shall soon see. Daughter, you have heard my final judgment on that boy. Have you come here hating me? Or have you come with deference and with love, whatever I do?
No, mother, I am your own daughter. You are my guide. Make things clear for me. I follow all the rules you've laid out for me. I will not put my marriage above your continuing counsel.
Good. You speak as a good citizen and as a good daughter. Logical, dutiful, hating her mother's enemies, honoring her mother's friends. But if her daughters fail her, then she has failed herself. So you're right. Not to lose your head over this man. You will soon grow tired of him, and he, restless and unwealthy. Of all the people in this city, only he has had contempt for my law and broke it. Do you want me to show myself weak before the people? Or to break my sworn word? No, and I will not. The man dies, his family, approving himself no friend of ours. I will have no dealings with lawbreakers, critics of the government. Whoever is chosen to govern should be obeyed, must be obeyed. In all things, great and small, just and unjust. Oh, Hymen, the person who knows how to obey, and that person only knows how to give commands when the time comes. Anarchy, anarchy, show me a greater evil. This is why cities tumble and great houses ring down. This is what scatters armies. This city has known anarchy for too long. Time for peace. Now is the time for obedience.
Unless time has slowed my mind, what you say, queen, is said with wisdom and dignity.
Oh, mother, the gods have given reason to women the most valuable of treasures. And you're right when you mean not to lose mine. I cannot and will not say that what you have said is not true. But others may have good, helpful opinions too. You're not able to know everything that people say and do or how they feel. So it is my duty to observe the citizens for you. They are afraid of your temper, afraid of saying things you are not willing to hear. But I can listen and hear the people lamenting for this man, saying he has done the most honorable thing. He's the last person who should have to die like this. When his brother lay unburied in a pool of blood, he will not allow himself to be devoured by the dogs and the birds, but giving him to the gods. That he should have all the honor that we can give him. These are the secret whispers. Ah, mother, you must believe me. There's no greater treasure to me than your happiness. Really. Isn't the honor of a happy mother the greatest glory for her children? Is it not the same for the mother? I beg you, do not be unchangeable. Do not believe that you alone can be right. The one who thinks that the one who maintains that only she has the power to reason correctly, the gift to speak, to understand. A person like that, when you know them, is empty. Even if that woman is smart and capable. Observe nature. See how the trees by a flood bow their heads and keep their branches, but the trees that resist are destroyed. Even their roots and branches. Or the man who goes fast to the sail on the boat, never giving a sign, and over he goes. Please be gentle. If I, a very young woman, could contribute anything, I would say that one ideally should be right by instinct. But since we are all too likely to go astray, the reasonable thing is to learn from those who can teach.
You will do well to listen to her, Queen. If what she says is sensible, and you, Haimon, must listen to your mother. Both speak well.
You consider it right for a woman of my years and experience
It is
to
not
go
right.
to school to a girl.
But if I'm wrong and if I'm right, but if I'm young and right, then what does my age matter?
You think this is right to stand up for an anarchist?
Not at all. I do not advise respect for
But
the
he's
wicked.
not a criminal?
Not by the words of your
And people
people.
propose to teach me
Who
how
is
to
that
rule.
talking like a girl now?
My voice is the one who is giving orders in this
The
city.
city even takes orders from only
The
one voice.
state is the queen.
Yes, if the state is a desert,
This girl, it seems, has sold out.
you have no right to trample on God's power.
God's power. I speak for the God's power. If not me, then who else? They're there to support me, or not at
The
all.
people can never hear this. You hold your power far too tightly.
Every word you say is for him.
And for you, and for me, and for the gods under the earth.
The gods. You will never marry him while he lives.
Then he must die. But his death will cause another.
Another? Have you lost your mind? Is this an open threat?
I cannot threaten you while you
I
lack
swear
me.
you will regret this appeared tongue of yours. You are the unreasonable one.
If you were not my mother, I'd say you were perverse.
You love-struck fool. Don't play at words with me.
I am sorry you prefer silence.
No, by God. I swear you will watch it. I swear you shall. Bring him out. Bring the man out. Let him die before her eyes. Here, this instance, with his bride beside him.
Not here, no. He will not die here, Queen. And you will never see my face again. Go on raving and grasping at your power as long as you have a friend to endure you.
Go on, Creon. A young woman in rage is dangerous.
Let her do what she will. He shall not save these siblings from death.
Siblings? You have sentenced them both?
No, you are right. I will not kill the one whose hands are clean.
But Antigone?
I will carry him far away, out there in the wilderness, and lock him, living in a world of stone. He shall have food, as he should, to absolve the state of his death. And there, let him pray to his gods. Perhaps they will show them an escape from death, or he may learn. Though late. The piety shown the dead is pity in vain.
Love, unconquerable, from the rich man to the poor, in a soft face or a strong head. Even the pure immortals cannot escape you, and mortal, well, she tremble before your glory. You have no doubt brought ruin, struck between a mother and a daughter, unconquerable love.
I cannot understand this, nor saying what I seek, keep back my tears. Here is Antigone, passing to that chamber, where all find sleep at last.
Look upon me, friends, and pity me, turning back at the night's edge. to say goodbye to my final son. Now death summons me.
No praise, but with a certain kind of honor, you walk into the underworld.
Honor. You mock me, friends. Can you not wait until after I am dead? You stood by and let me take the fall, as I told Creon what she needed to be witness for me, denied all pity, unjustly judged, and think a word of love for her whose past turns under dark earth. But there are no more tears.
You have passed beyond all human daring and come at last into a place of stone where justice sits. I cannot tell what shape of your father's guilt appears in this.
You have touched it at last. That bridal bed, unspeakable horror of son and mother mingling, their crime, affection of all hard family. Oh, Oedipus, father and brother, your marriage strikes from the grave to murder mine. I have been a stranger here in my own land all my life. The blasphemy of my birth has followed me.
Reverence is a virtue, but strength lies in established law. That must prevail. You have made your choice. Your death is the doing of your conscious hand.
Let me go, since all your words are bitter, and the very light of the sun is cold to me. Lead me to my vigil, where I must have neither love nor lamentation, no song, but silence.
If dirges and plain lamentations could put up death, men would be singing forever. Take her. Go. You know your orders. Take her to the vault and leave her alone there. And if he lives or dies, that's her affair, not ours. Our hands are clean.
Oh, tomb, vaulted bright bed in eternal rock. Soon I shall be with my own again, and I shall see my father again, and you, mother, and dearest Polynices, dearest indeed. To me, since it was my hand that washed him clean and poured the ritual wine, and my reward is death before my time, and yet, as men's heart know, I have done no wrong. I have not sinned before God, or if I have, I shall know the truth in death. But if the guilt lies upon Creon who judged me, then I pray, may her punishment equal my own.
O passionate heart, unyielding, tormented still by the same winds.
His guards shall have good cause to regret their delaying.
Ah, that voice that ran out and cursed me.
You cursed yourself.
Thieves, and you, father's gods, a ruler of thieves, you see me now, a last unhappy son of line of kings. Your kings, led away to death. You will remember what things I suffer and at what men's hands, because I will not transgress the laws of heaven.
A boy with such pride.
A girl with such pride.
A boy with such hate.
A girl with such hate.
Their tongues full of mocking.
It's not enough to say.
Their actions so brazen.
Bring about their fate.
This is the way the blind man comes. Lockstep, two heads lit by the eyes of one.
What new thing have you tell us, O Teresa's?
I have much to tell you. Listen to the prophet, Creon.
I admit my debt to you. But what have you to say?
Listen, Creon. I was sitting in the temple at the place where the birds gathered about me. They were twittering, when suddenly I heard a strange noise break. They're singing. A scream, a whirring fury, and know that they were fighting, tearing each other, dying in a whirlwind of wings clutch, and I was afraid. So I began the rites of burnt offering at the altar. I expected a bright flame, but there was only the sputtering flame of the fatty flesh melting, the entrails dissolved in grey smoke, the bird bombs burst from the welter, but no blaze. This was a saying from heaven. My boy described it, saying for me as I see for others. I tell you, Creon, as I so truly from heaven, you have brought this new calamity upon us. Our hearts and altars are stained with the corruption of dogs and the carrion birds that glut themselves on the corpse of Oedipus' son. There will be no flame, no birds, no prophecies, and no response from the gods anymore. Oh, my daughter, take this seriously. Remember, all make mistakes. But a good woman corrects them when she knows she was wrong. Pride is worse than any mistake. Give in to the dead man, then do not fight with a corpse. What glory is it to kill a man who is dead? Think, I beg you. It's for your own good that I speak as I do. You should be able to yield for your own good.
It seems that the gods have made me their special project. First Antigone, then Hymen, and now you. They wish me to yield to their laws. No, Tiresias. If your squawking birds, if the great eagles of God herself should carry me up to heaven, I would not yield. I am not afraid of them. Men live by men's rules. Do what you will. Go into business. Make money. Speculate on the market of horses. Get rich, otherwise than by my consent to bury him. Tiresias. It is a sorry thing when a wise woman sells her wisdom, rents our wars for hire.
Oh, Creon, is there no one left in the world?
To do what? Creon. Let's have the forism.
No woman who knows that wisdom overrates any wealth.
You are clever with empty words.
You are sick, Creon. You are deathly sick.
As you say, it is not my place to challenge a prophet.
Yet you have said my prophecy is for sale.
The generation of prophets has always loved gold.
The generation of royalty has always loved power.
You forget yourself. You are speaking to your queen.
I know it. You are a queen because of me. And because the gods allow it.
You have a certain skill, but you have sold out.
Queen, you will drive me towards that.
Say them. Only remember, I will not pay you for them.
No, you will find them too costly.
No doubt. Speak. Whatever you say, you will not change my will.
Then take this. Take it to your heart. These children belong to the gods. One you have not buried and one you have sent away. This is your crime. Time is not far off when you shall pay back corpse for corpse, flesh of your own flesh. Wife and daughters alike. You're altogether too stubborn, altogether too prideful. This is your crime. Do nothing and wait. Your punishment will arrive. Do you want to buy me now, Creon? In just a few days, all the men and women in the city will come and weep at your house. They will curse you for their sons left to rot unburied before the walls of Thebes. These are my predictions, Creon. They are all for you. But come, child. Lead me home. Let her waste her fine anger and pride upon younger people. Maybe she will learn at last to control a wiser tongue in a better head.
The old woman has gone, Queen, but her words remain to plague us. I am old too, but I can't remember that she was ever false.
That is true. It troubles me. One after the next, all define me. Everything I do for others.
Creon, then do this for others too.
What have you had me do?
Go quickly, free Antigone from his vault, and build a town for the body of Polynesius.
You had me do this?
Creon, yes. And it must be done at once. God moves swiftly to cancel the folly of the stubborn.
There is no folly in my heart, but I will do it. Not for any god, but to show myself a reasonable queen who listens to her people.
You must go yourself. You cannot leave it to others.
Very well, I will go. Bring Actor's servants. Come with me to the tomb. I buried him. I will set him free. Quickly, my mind misgives. That old woman has never been proven wrong.
God of many names.
The flame of torches flies on our hill. Winds from the east, winds from the west.
Gods of many names.
You who watch over thieves, the shadow of the plague is upon us. Protect us, the spectre. We who have always loved and honored you.
Never wavering in our faith.
Men of thieves, you who live in and care for this city, I cannot say of any human life, this fate is mixed. This is clearly good or bad. Fate raises up, and fate casts down the happy and unhappy alike. No one can foretell their fate. Take the case of Creon. Creon was happy once, and I count happiness. Victorious in battle, sole governor of the land, fortune mother of Haimon nobly born. And now it has all gone from her. Who can say that the woman is still alive when her life's drawing fails? She is the walking dead woman.
Your words hint at sorrow. Messenger, what is your news for us?
They are dead. The living are guilty of her death.
Who is guilty? Who is dead? Speak.
Haimon. Haimon is dead, killed by her family's hand.
Her mother's or her own?
Her own, driven mad by the murder her mother had done.
Tiresias, how clearly you saw it all.
This is my news. You must draw what conclusion you can from it.
But look, Eurydice, our queen's wife, and Haimon's other mother. Has she overheard us?
I've heard something, friends. As I was unlocking the temple gate, for I needed the god's help today, I heard a voice telling of some new sorrow, and I almost fainted. There at the temple with all my maidens about me, but speak again, whatever it is. I can bear it. Grief and I are no strangers.
My dearest lady, I will tell you plainly all that I have seen. I shall not try to comfort you. What is the use? The truth is always the best. I went with Creon to the outer plain where Polynesius was lying. No friend pitied him. His body strayed by dogs. Creon watched as we made prayers in the palace to the gods, and they would be merciful. And we bathed the corpse with holy water, and we brought fresh broken branches to burn what was left of it. And upon the urn we heaped up the towering mound of the earth of his own land. When we were down, we ran to the vault where Antigone lay her couch of stone. One of the servants had gone ahead, and while he was still far off, he heard a voice grieving within the chamber, and he came back and told Creon. And as the queen went closer, the air was full of wailing, the words lost, and she begged us to hurry. My daughter's voice calls me on. Oh, quickly, quickly, look through the crevice there, and tell me if it is Hymen or some deception of the damned gods. We obeyed, and in the caravan's farthest corner, we saw him lying. Antigone had made a noose of her fine lying veil, and hung himself. Hymen lay beside him, her arm about his waist, lamenting him, her love lost underground, crying out that her mother had stolen him away from her. When Creon saw him, the tears rushed to her eyes, and she caught her. What have you done, child? Speak to me. What are you thinking that makes your eyes so strange? Oh, daughter, my daughter, I come to you on my knees. But Hymen spat in her face. She said not a word, staring, and suddenly drew her sword and launched. Creon shrank back. The blade missed, and the girl, desperate, drove it half its length into her own side and fell. And as she died, she gathered Antigone close to her arms again, choking. Her blood brought right on her white cheek, and now she lied dead with the dead, and he is hers, at last, her groom in the house of the dead.
Our king has left us without a word. What can this mean?
It troubles me, too. Yet she knows what is best. Her grief is too great for the public, and doubtless she has gone to her chamber to weep for her dead daughter.
It may be so, but I fear this deep silence.
I will see what she is doing. I will go in.
But here's the queen herself. Oh, look at her, bearing her own damnation in her arms.
Nothing you say can touch me anymore. My own blind heart has brought me from darkness to final darkness. Here you see. The mother murdering, the murdered daughter, and all my damned wisdom. Hymen, my daughter, so young to die. I was the fool, not you, and you died for me.
That is the truth. But you were late learning it.
This truth is hard to bear, but it's for you, my daughter. It was my people that I carried this burden. I promise. My pride was wholesome, but to trample out the sin I held most dear.
The burden you carry in your hands is heavy, but it is not all. You will find more in your house.
What burden worse than this shall I find there?
The queen is dead.
But I am here.
Your queen is dead.
Oh, the word of God! Is there no pity for me? Must you take all things at once for me? I was dead, and your words are dead again. Is this true, boy? Can it be true? Is my wife dead? Has that brought death?
You can see by yourself.
Oh, pity. All true, and more than I can bear. Oh, my wife, my daughter.
She stood before the altar, and her heart welcomed the knife her own hand guided. And a great cry burst from her lips for all the dead, and for Hymen dead, her daughter, and her last breath was curse for her mother. the murder of her daughter, who sought to take on the gods and lost. And she fell, and the dark flowed in through her closing eyes.
Oh gods, there they are again. Only used to curse, always a tool of man. Are there no swords here? Has no one blown for me?
Her curse is upon you for the death of both.
It is right that it should be. I am guilty. I know it. I say it. Lead me in, quickly, friends. I have neither life nor substance. Let me in.
You are right, if there can be right in so much wrong.
Let it come. Let death come quickly and be kind to me. I will not ever see the sun again.
No, we have much to do. We have a responsibility to our people, after all. Leave the future to itself.
All my heart was in that prayer.
Then do not pray anymore.
No. Either they do not hear me or they are not there. Lead me away. I have been rash and foolish. I have killed my daughter and my wife. I look for comfort. My comfort lies here dead. Whatever my hands have touched has come to nothing. Fate, if such a thing exists, hates me, has brought all my pride to a sort of dust.
There is no happiness where there is no wisdom. No wisdom, but in submission. But to whom?
To the gods.
To a person?
Big words are always unpunished, and proud men and women can only hope to be wise.